I'll just introduce myself for a second, and before we get to the educational part. I'm 71. I live in Greenbelt, where I've been 8 years now. And when I moved here, I started a blog about Greenbelt. It's now a nonprofit community website. But I wrote an article about this program at the University of Maryland on that site, and that's how your provider network found me. So I'm happy that they did. And here in Greenbelt, I've been helping a lot of organizations get online. And this week, in fact, I'm helping our senior club, the Golden Age Club, to have a website and also to have a Facebook page, because we've had no presence at all online, and people, desperately need to stay in touch. So I'm working on that now. So to move right into a brief introduction to the program that I'm here to talk about, the Golden ID program. And actually it's for all state universities. So that would include, in our county, that would include Bowie State. Mm-hmm. So, and it's eligible, the people who are eligible are anyone over 60 or older, and it's for retirees, but they define that as not working more than 20 hours a week. Oh. And of course, self-employed people can probably fudge that a little bit. And you have to be a resident of Maryland. Those are the only qualifications. So, go ahead.
Okay, so Susan, is this something that's free?
It is not free. It is tuition free. So what that means is that it used to be free entirely, and I think it was very well subscribed when it was completely free. Now they they do impose some fees, but they're capped at $260 a semester, and that is up to 3 courses. Mm-hmm. And I should add that the courses can be anything in the whole entire university, either one. And you can take it for credit and even for a degree. So, I mean, I know Greenbelt's mayor, in fact, told me that as soon as he turns 60, he's going to go back to Maryland to get his PhD, tuition free. Let's see. If you go on campus, you'd also have to pay something for parking, or use public transportation. Mm-hmm. And then let's see. And then of course, if you take it online, you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that parking cost. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? No, that's it.
So Susan, are the classes going to be starting like in the summer months right now?
They do have summer classes, and we're eligible. The Golden ID people are eligible for that. Yes. Okay. And then, of course, right now our courses, of course, have been on Zoom most of the semester. Mm-hmm. And so that raises a question for me about maybe I have not so far taken a regular online courses. Just as forget the pandemic, they always have either in person or online courses, and I have not taken an online course yet. But now that I've had the experience of a Zoom course, it makes me think, oh, I might be interested in that. I've been told that the regular online courses are actually better than the courses that have had to suddenly switch to Zoom. Mm-hmm. But that would be an advantage. Certainly, who knows what will happen this fall, but that would be an advantage. People like us who are most vulnerable, who might want to only do it online. Or, for example, lately I've been going to courses, taking one course that meets twice a week. Well, now, because we pay the same for up to 3 courses, so I would consider in the future supplementing my one in-person class with 1 or 2 online courses. Mm-hmm. because I don't want to have to drive there every day. But so I'm considering, I'm going to be looking into the online and updating my article to include information about online courses, where of course you don't get the social interaction, mm-hmm. but there are advantages to being able to stay at home.
Right, and it looks like if you're able to do them online, which that's what we're going to have to do right now, you would probably be able to do more, maybe take more courses.
Yes.
So tell us about some of the courses that you've already taken. Like, give us an example of something that you've done.
Well, I've taken, let's see, I've been there 4 semesters. I've taken 5 courses. So I'm auditing. I'm basically I consider myself a dilettante compared to some of my my colleagues there who are taking courses for credit, you know, modern Greek, and I mean, they're really studying hard, and I am just taking courses for fun. So I do the readings, but I don't, obviously don't do the papers and the tests, but I seem to be taking all history courses. I've taken art history, film history, which was great fun, and let's see, history of landscape, because I'm a garden writer. That was of particular interest to me. And then this semester, I took the history of American architecture. Mm-hmm. So really fun courses. Some of them have had other retirees in the class with me. Mm-hmm. In one, I was the only retiree. Those kids, I call them kids, the regular students have been friendly enough, you know, to me as a retiree. So, and then going forward, I would think I might mention that other people have taken like in-person art classes and music classes where there are extra fees normally. For a normal student would have to pay an extra fee, a lab fee, for example, or an extra fee for private voice lessons. I've heard that one of the retirees has done that, and we don't get any extra fees. So really you're getting some of these extra services for free because our fees have been capped.
Okay, so now let me ask you, I read online someplace too that you're able to use all of the services like the library and things like that. Now, of course, in this time frame, we're not going to be doing that, but in the normal, you know, in the past, you were able to do that as well as join any of the organizations and stuff?
Yes, in fact, they don't publicize it, but gradually over time, I've found from talking to other retirees in the program that one in fact joined just so he could, primarily so he could be a member of the campus's sailing club. We've all probably taken advantage of the free or $10 events at the Clarice Center for Performing Arts, which is really wonderful. Mm-hmm. They also have an outstanding fitness facility that some of the retirees I know use, and they have like over 100 free classes, fitness classes every week. Mm-hmm. And all of those are free to us. They have an IT office. I have been there several times taking my laptop and my iPhone, and they fix it. Mm-hmm. You know, with what else? They'll fix your bicycle. I mean, there are all kinds of advantages that we can take advantage of.
Now, the programs are not designed for you to get credit for a degree or, you know, for anything like that, right? I mean, it's just for you, for your learning purposes. So it sounds like you don't have to do the papers and all of that.
Well, I choose to just audit.
Okay.
But as I say, other people are going for credit and even full degrees.
Oh, good. Okay.
Even a PhD. Yes, I know someone who got a PhD there through tuition free. So that's a pretty cheap way to get a degree for sure.
Right.
Hey, Susan and Jennifer, this is Steve.
Yes.
We're getting some really good questions that are coming in. Do you mind if I ask a few of them?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one is from Bree Baldwin, and it says, how does an older adult sign up for the Golden ID program?
Yes. Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot of information on the university's website. I started researching details like how to apply, and I have an article the article that I've written about it at Greenbelt Online gives a lot of details, but I would say in general it depends. The application procedure has really been a hurdle for many of us. I'm sorry to admit. We've gotten some misinformation. Some of the parts of the university don't know much about this program for us. But I would say if you go to that, I think we're going to put that information about the article. We're going to put that up because it depends on whether you're an undergrad or grad. It depends on whether you've been enrolled at the University of Maryland previously. What else does it depend on? Whether you want credit or not. I should add that, what was I going to add? Oh, yes. So it will, officially, we're only supposed to take classes that are open and for which we already have all of the prerequisites. And that is generally not a hurdle for us. Everyone I've asked who has wanted a class that they didn't qualify for or that was already closed, they were able to ask the teacher for permission and take the class anyway. And I've done that myself. I would say, especially if you're auditing, the teacher's attitude is typically, well, it's no more work for him or her, so of course they're going to let you in. And that was true of my architecture course this semester. Mm-hmm. So it's, I would say that it is kind of a hurdle to apply, but there's, we've all been, we've all been able to overcome the hurdles with various help from each other or from other various staffers that I mentioned in the article. And so even if it takes a while to get past the hurdles, you can go ahead and start the class, and even if you enroll a few weeks late, it's okay.
Okay, great. And make sure that you share that. Make sure you share that link for the article, and we'll get it out to everybody.
I'll put that on chat.
Yeah, we'll make sure that you get that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Another question, and then you can get back to your discussion with Jennifer. Loretta Vitale Sachs asks, I thought it was limited to undergrad courses. Sounds like this is incorrect.
Yes, it is available to the graduate school in all the graduate programs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you have now one thing that's different about graduate programs is that you do have to you have to qualify. So for undergrad, they don't really care, you don't even have to have a high school degree. But to be in the graduate program, you have to apply as a normal grad student would. And the only difference would be that you wouldn't pay for the courses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then just Karen Sylvester said, I may have missed it, but is there an age requirement?
You have to be at least 60.
Yes. And
okay, great.
I believe, Susan, you also have to not be fully employed, right? Is that a requirement?
Yes, you have to work 20 hours a week or fewer. Although, as I say, if you're self-employed, there would be no way of them checking on that. Okay. Right, and live in the state, mm-hmm. And they do require proof of that. Mm-hmm.
And you're not too familiar with, or are you familiar with the procedures for Bowie? Because
yes, I'm glad you asked. My understanding is that there's a reciprocal arrangement, so that if you've gone through the hurdles of applying and to University of Maryland, you could also enroll in a class at Bowie State. I have not been able to get through to, I've been trying to get through to the admissions people at Bowie State to confirm that, and there's been no one during the shutdown to answer that question. Mm-hmm. But yes, that's my understanding, and so that would make it a lot easier if you could apply once and then go to classes at either place.
Okay, that's good. So Susan, I know at this time, you're not socializing a lot, but it sounds from our conversations even earlier that you were, this brought on a lot of ways for you to socialize with other retirees.
Yes, in fact, the only reason I knew about this program is that an old friend of mine has been in the program at least a decade, and he's now president of the students group, these 4 retirees, the Golden Age, the Golden ID president. And so since I've joined, I've also been taking advantage of the social events that he organizes. So he organizes 2 lunches every month there at the Stamp Student Union. So that's a great opportunity. That's how I was able to research the article that I wrote, to get lots of information from participants. And they've even had, last summer they had they took a tour of Riverdale House. I think it's called Riverdale House.
Mhm.
So, and we met even over the summer when most of us were not taking classes on campus. We met a few times near campus to have lunch.
Mhm.
So that's, yeah, it is a good socializing opportunity. And I must say, very interesting people.
Mhm.
Very interesting bunch of retirees that I've met through this program. There are about maybe 130 or so people have been enrolled recently there in the campus, and maybe 30 of them will come to the lunch. Yeah. So and again, I've made some friends just from class with the other retirees in the class. So, and I like getting out. I like being on campus and being part of it. I miss that. I do miss that, especially because the campus gardens are really starting to look beautiful. But yeah, it's there's lots of socializing potential, and they have, another activity that they have is they'll have a little tour every year. They provide for our group a backstage tour of the Clarice Center for Performing Arts, and that's a fun event also.
That's good. So Steve, do we have any other questions right now?
What is the president's name? Did you reference the name of somebody?
You mentioned the president, Susan, of the Golden ID group.
Mm-hmm. His name is Doug Jones, just like the senator from Alabama. Yeah, I think, well, I'm getting some ideas from you guys for information I should add to my article. So yeah, I think I will add his name and phone, and not phone, but email address to the article, so that people can make sure that they get hooked up with news of the socializing opportunities.
Here's a question from Linda in chat, and somebody reposted it in Q&A. And I would say to folks, if you have questions, either raise your hand using the button at the bottom of the screen or type them into the chat box. But Linda asks, if you're a graduate of the University of Maryland, does that give you an advantage for the degree program?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
You mean, I don't think it makes any difference. I've been told that it makes the application process easier, but then one person said no, she still had some frustrations with it. So I'm not sure it makes a difference in terms of whether you'd be admitted or not to, for example, the grad program is the one that that maybe that would apply to, but I don't know the answer.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, I think we got through the questions, and I don't see any hands raised. But
Susan, you have any closing remarks or anything that you want to just add?
Just that it has. I've been really surprised how much I've enjoyed it. You know, I knew through this friend, Doug, I had known about it for years, and I don't know why I hadn't thought to participate until recently, but I've enjoyed it very much. I've learned a lot. Even the classes that I had this semester that I had to finish via Zoom, was just fascinating to me, and so I get more and more excited really about exploring other parts of their offerings. Like, for example, I really want, they have a couple of music appreciation, let's say, courses in the music department that just look fabulous. The history of American jazz. Another one is the history of world popular music. You know, so I mean, how could that be anything but great? You know? So yeah,
we do have a couple more. Oh, sorry.
A couple more classes.
A couple more questions.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring Linda Harris on to ask her question. But while Linda is getting on, let's see, somebody's asking, does the blog give all the information about how to apply in the course offerings? What is the link for the blog? And with information about the golden opportunities.
Yes, I'm I'm going to put that in the chat, but I'm
Okay.
having a hard time talking and
Yeah,
and doing that
there's
at the
too
same
much going
time.
on the screen.
So I'll do that right now.
Linda, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so hi, this is so great. I'm so glad I'm on. I actually yesterday was going to apply to Prince George's Community College. I'm the one that went to University of Maryland in 1974, but I wanted to, do they have the same kind of program? I was going to apply and start classes for the summer, June 1st. But if University of Maryland, I prefer to go there because I'm looking to get a degree in music. So is it the same thing? Do they have the same program, or should I just go right to University of Maryland rather than Prince George's?
I don't know anything about the community college program.
Okay, because there's a fee for that. There's a fee. I mean, I would be like a regular student there. So, but if I can do this for no charge, that would be better for me.
Yes.
So, so you're going to send a link, but in the meantime, I could go onto the website and just find this. Could I find the Golden ID program on the website?
There we go. I just put it up. The link is a very long one. So what I recommend is you go to greenbeltonline.org.
Okay.
And there's a search box in the upper right. And if you put the word retiree in there, it'll take you right to it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
All right.
Hope to see some of you on campus when we ever can go back to campus.
Let's see. Kathy Hithton says, how can we help in publicizing this and possibly expand this to the whole county?
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by expand to the whole county.
I guess, yeah, I guess the most important thing is how do we, because people can take it no matter where they take these classes, no matter where they live in the state of Maryland.
Right.
But how can we help publicize this?
Yes, I would. It really does need publicity, I think. I've talked to senior groups in the county that have never heard of it. And it's very under-enrolled. I think when it was mandated by the state, what's mandated is that they allow a certain percentage of the total enrollment to do it under this tuition waived status. And at the University of Maryland, that would be about 600 of us. And as I say, there's only like 150 or even fewer. So it's very under-enrolled. So we could get a lot more participants for this program at there, and also Bowie State. I don't know how many people take advantage of it at Bowie State.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about the power of the PGSPN group is because you reach one professional and you reach, 75, older adults on average per month.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see, just this is more of a comment and a compliment. Thank you so much for this great information. Do you know anything about college credits for life experience program? We think Prince George's County College has such a program.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We're going to make sure everyone gets that link. I had created a shorter link than the longer one, and I was trying to find it so that I could also post that in the chat. And that takes you directly to the Greenbelt page where the article is. And so I'm going to just keep looking while you guys are talking for that link. It's just a shorter link that that we had created.
Great.
Great.
Any other questions? No.
I think it looks like we've, let's see, maybe, okay. Is anyone familiar with the Rhodes Scholar program? This is for seniors. Our understanding is that seniors can live on campus in dormitories. Well, once we get through this COVID-19, but I know the Rhodes Scholar, which used to be called Elder Hostel, is a super popular program as well. Is that any way affiliated with University of Maryland in this program?
No connection that I know of.
Okay. And I believe if you just if you search up Rhodes Scholar, ROAD Scholar, online, you can learn about that program. But they travel all over the world, and it's pretty cool. All right. Well, Jennifer, should we be transitioning to the next part of the meeting? Oh.
Yep, and I'm going to put this link in. So that link I just put in there takes you directly to her article.
Okay.
It's
Thank you.
It's in
Oh,
the, it's in the
one
chat.
more comment in the Q&A. Bertha's comment in chat. I recently took a class at PG Community College, and there was not a feature for tuition, but you needed to pay the registration fee and lab fees. So just an FYI for folks.
Okay. Okay. So did everybody see that link that I just put in there? It's a tinyurl.com, little short link. Yeah, so I guess now we can transition over to our networking social. And if anyone has any questions, anything that might be going on that the rest of us can help with, just raise your hand. Well, Steve, did you give them instructions? Raise their hand.
Yeah, not yet. Well, and actually, let me make sure. Dawn did just raise her hand. So,
Okay.
Hey, Dawn, did you have a question for Susan? Dawn?
No, I didn't have one at this time.
Oh, okay. But, well, anyways, I'm going to keep you on there, Dawn. Thank you for raising your hand, because that's what we're going to ask everybody to do. What we're going to try to do now is a networking exercise. So just so you guys know, if you've been on, Zoom meetings, most of the time, they're meeting format where it looks like the Brady Bunch here with, all the different pictures of folks. And what we are going to try to do is sort of transition into more of a networking thing where you can share your resources, you can see your friends and colleagues. And so how we're going to do this is that if you'd like to kind of jump over into the room where we'll have a discussion, raise your hand. We don't want to put anybody over unless they've got their hand raised. And then I'll bring you over, and then if it would be great if you would introduce yourself briefly, of course, no War and Peace. Tell us, what's going on in the world, and if you've got any challenges that you're trying to get through this COVID-19 that you want, that you'd like the brain power of the PGSPN membership, that would be great. So I see everybody's raising their hands. So I'm gonna slowly but surely advance you guys over.
And while you're doing that, Steve, I wanted to just say again that we want to really thank Susan for bringing us that information. And we're so thankful, and we will stay in touch with her. And I hope that maybe she may even decide too to come and join us. So thank you, Susan, so much for that information.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, and I'm moving everybody who's got their hand raised over to panelists. And once I do that, then and you should be able to add your video once you're a panel member. And Jennifer, if you can pad while I'm doing this.
Yes. Okay. Well, I can start by you guys know I'm the Vice President of PGSPN, and I'm also Keller Williams Preferred Properties real estate agent, working with our seniors and baby boomers and caregivers and all of that. And so far, it's been just a different environment, of course, for all of us. In one point, I've enjoyed just being a little more still, with all of this going on, and really just settling down and enjoying just a moment of being still, and being in prayer, and not just this busy life, although I've been on so many meetings. But I have not, had any big challenges. And so I'd like to hear from some of you as to what types of things maybe the rest of us can help out with, and if there's anything that you'd like for us to know. I've been reaching out to some of you to find out what types of programs are available online so that I can pass that on to my clients. And I've been getting some, feedback from some of you and getting them online to some of these programs. So yeah, it's great to see everybody's face. We don't really get to, we haven't been able to see each other for a couple of months. So if anybody wants to pitch in and share, I guess, Steve, you want one person at a time to talk. So
Yeah.
Raise your hand. I'm going to mute myself, and you can
Yeah,
raise your hand.
and so now, just physically raise your hand if you're on the screen. And I
Yeah.
would say, okay, so that's Jim. Let me find Jim. And actually, Jim, I think you can unmute yourself. Oh, here, I got you. You're good.
Okay. Yes, I'm Jim Henderson, J.E. Henderson Financial, Savant Tax and Business Services. I have not been quite as busy with the taxes because of, the situation. I do have a secure portal, but many of my clients in our age group, they're not quite technologically ready for the portal scenario, but I'm teaching them as we go along. I've been helping some of my clients apply for, and some of them have been approved for the various money programs. Some people have sole proprietors, by the way, can apply for unemployment during this period. And I know people who are getting that, even though they have a business and they have been approved for unemployment. And so I know several people who have the PPP loans and others who have the EIDL loans. So that's still going on. There is still money out there in the two legislations that the Congress passed in the last 6 weeks or so.
Great.
That's all I
Thanks,
have to
Jim.
say.
Thanks, Jim. And make sure you put your contact info in chat for folks to share. And I'll make sure everybody gets a copy of the chat with all the contact info. Okay, who wants to go next? Or actually, why don't I just okay? So we'll just go around the little block here. So Dawn, I'm going to unmute you. It looks, yeah.
Good. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dawn Lewis with the Parkinson's Foundation. And this is my first meeting with PG, thanks to Steve. So I'm glad to be here and I enjoyed the topic. I am the representative for the Mid-Atlantic area for the foundation. And I see Mark Ash. I'm going to shout out to him because Right at Home is one of our national sponsors. So thank you very much. But one of the things that I want to talk about is programs that we do have available online for people with Parkinson's. We call it PD Health at Home. So it's a series that runs Monday through Friday. And there's a specific topic that's discussed every day, from nutrition to fitness to research. So I'm going to type it in the chat box to share with everybody. And if you have clients, patients, residents who have Parkinson's, it's a great opportunity for them to register and have an engaging opportunity to talk with people, ask questions, and learn. So Dawn Lewis with the Parkinson's Foundation.
Awesome, thank you. And again, those folks that are still over in the attendee side of the house, if you want to come on over to here and join the Brady Bunch, just raise your hand and I'll bring you over. But let's go to Ann Creighton. Ann, do you have anything you'd like to share?
And you unmuted me, so that works. Ann Creighton, I'm a geriatric care manager, self-employed, I guess you'd say, and just working with clients in the Prince George's, Anne Arundel area primarily. A number of my clients I have not been able to visit because there are restrictions in assisted living and long-term care on visiting. So just learning to, meet the family's needs in other ways if we can. have had a couple people who were able to get in under the comfort visits as someone's nearing end of life, but lots of unusual challenges. I was sharing with somebody a couple weeks ago, I had a client whose refrigerator went down, and getting a refrigerator delivered is not as simple as you might think, or it wasn't. Maybe they've worked out the kinks now, but I had 3 companies who told me they would drop the refrigerator on the front porch.
Whoa.
That was it. So I ended up buying this gentleman like a dorm size refrigerator just to get through, so he can, keep his eggs cold and milk cold, and because clearly I wasn't hauling that thing in from the front porch up to his condo, nor getting rid of the old one. So we still have that hurdle to jump. I'm figuring, our liquor stores are essential, but delivering appliances to our seniors, not so much.
Man, you don't even think about things like that.
Right, and that was day 2 or 3, and he didn't want to bother me. It had been out for 4 or 5 days, and he hadn't told me.
Oh, man.
So anyway.
Well, thanks, Ann. Okay, next on the list is Cheryl Henderson. Cheryl?
Hi, I'm Cheryl Henderson from the law office of Cheryl Chapman Henderson. And Ann, I just gave this information to my sister. One of my friends just said that she had, her refrigerator did go out, and she went to Bray and Scarf, the Bray and Scarf outlet in Laurel, Maryland. This was during, just a few weeks ago, and they got her a refrigerator delivered. So it's the Bray and Scarf Outlet Center. Just so you'll have it, the number is 301-317-0400. But this has been a good time. We have, in a sense, we were somewhat ready, not unbeknownst to us, because we've been working remotely for the past year, 2 days a week. So the transition hasn't been too difficult. It has been a time for us to reassess and look at how we're doing things and how we can do things differently. One of my personal struggles is the technology, getting the technology, being comfortable doing certain things. We do our estate planning workshops. We've been doing it for about 10 years in our office. And so we had to quickly convert to Zoom, and we like that. As with Jennifer, this has been a time of prayer for us, just to make sure that we're doing what we need to do during this time. We're grateful that all of our team and our team's family, no one has contracted the virus, but we've reached out to so many of our clients who, as you said, Ann, who are in assisted living and in nursing homes, and there's so much pain where they cannot have contact. We're doing, let me just say what we're saying. We're doing our webinars twice a month. I'm doing more Facebook Live, or not more, I'm doing Facebook Live, trying to reach out to people, talking about the 5 tools that every adult needs. So we're on Facebook. That's what I wanted to say. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Okay.
Okay, next is Bree Baldwin.
Hi,
Hey,
good
Bree.
morning. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I am Bree Baldwin. I'm a aging life care manager, or geriatric care manager, if you like, with Deborah Levy Elder Care Associates. I've been with Deborah Levy for almost 6 years. This is my first time joining the PG group, although I know that some of my colleagues have joined in the past. We do serve part of PG County. But I mainly joined because I was interested in hearing about that Golden ID program. I'm the co-coordinator of a program we have at Deborah Levy called the Well Senior Program, which is designed for seniors who do not need ongoing care management right now, but are making plans for the future. Many of our Well Senior clients are folks who maybe have no family or no nearby family, or a poor social network that they could count on in an emergency, or to get guidance as they age. So that's what the program is designed for. And our program members are entitled to an annual visit and quarterly phone calls from me or one of my colleagues. So we've been checking in with people throughout the pandemic, even more so throughout the pandemic. But it's nice that our Well Senior members feel that they have a professional on the other end of the phone, that they can just pick up the phone and say, listen, I'm looking for a new doctor, or I had to be hospitalized. Can you help me out with that? That sort of thing. And I'm going to have to jump off because I have another call, but it was nice to talk to you and meet all of you.
Great. Thanks, Bree. Darylyn Marinelli.
Sure. Well, good
How you
morning,
doing?
everybody. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, good morning. I want to thank Steve, number one, for guiding us through our first virtual membership meeting. Thank you, Steve. And Jennifer for being our moderator today, and Susan for presenting. I'm Darylyn Marinelli, president of PGSPN. Last couple months, we've been trying to figure out how we're going to move forward because we want to stay connected with all our members. So we really appreciate you coming online today. We're planning for the next 3-4 months to be doing this online, and it may take us all the way through the end of the year, depending how the climate of the virus goes, right? We just don't know what's going to happen here in the next couple months. So I'm hoping everybody's been staying well. It's challenging, right? You have a lot of time at home. But I appreciate you coming on today and would love some feedback if you think the online went well today, what you thought we could do better. We're always looking for feedback. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Darylyn. All right, we've got Karen Sylvester. And Karen, there you go.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Excuse me. I'm Karen Sylvester, and I'm the secretary for PGSPN. I'm also the planner for the Department of Family Services, Aging and Disabilities Services Division. And please know we are still in business. We're still taking calls from our older adults, caregivers, and persons with disabilities every day. Still doing options counseling. We also have incontinence supplies and nutritional supplies and even toilet tissue that we are distributing 2 days a week. So if there are seniors out there in the community who are in need of those supplies, you can still call our main number at 301-265-8450. In addition to that, we're still doing meal delivery, and we have expanded that tremendously. Anyone who is in our congregate or home delivered meal program are now receiving meals at home. If you're in a low income building, you're receiving frozen meals. We practically have, as of now, doubled our meal delivery and looking to move forward in that and doing some maybe grab and go meals in the community as well for our older adults, just to help them out so that if they're uncomfortable going out to the grocery stores, they are at least able to have access to meals. So this was a great session. Thank you. I took a lot of notes because I am nearing that time of probably wanting to expand my educational opportunities. Again, thank you all for jumping on. I think this went really well, Darylyn. That's my feedback. And I look forward to continuing. So have a good one.
Thank you. And Mark Ash. And I will add that I've been doing a bunch of these networking events for other groups. And I really like kind of coming together with this Brady Bunch networking here at the end. This is the first time that we've done it. So, you know, we're learning new things here.
I like it as well, and thanks, Steve, and thanks, Darylyn and Jennifer and everybody for putting this together. Welcome, everybody. I'm Mark Ash. Most of you have seen me either in Prince George's County or Montgomery County. I am with Right at Home, and we do the non-medical home care to keep people thriving at home. We are, in fact, also taking care of COVID positive clients, whether in their home or in the community. Typically, if we are providing care for them, the caregiver is only caring for that particular client. They're not going to any other client. So, you know, we have a system in place where we're caring for those people and keeping them safe and thriving, including being able to pick them up at the hospital or the rehab center and getting them home. Home care is going to be extremely important over the next couple of years for helping people, you know, who want to avoid those types of environments. And we're here, we can help anybody from a couple of hours up to 24-hour care. Right now, you know, we're looking for, as all of us are here, and maybe we can have an open discussion after everybody introduces themselves. We're looking for opportunities where we can bring education and information to the seniors that we serve. Whether it's an online forum or you know, weekly webinar series. You know, I'd love to hear everybody's feedback, and I'd love to know if everyone is interested in participating, if we are already able to spearhead and get something going. So again, Mark Ash with Right at Home. And also just to let you know, moving forward, my boss has asked me to focus more in Montgomery County. And so I have a coworker who will be working in Prince George's County, and I'll put her information on the chat box. So when Steve sends it out at the end, everybody will have her contact information.
Great, thanks, Mark. Okay, let's see, we got Linda Harris. Linda, thanks for participating so much in the discussion today. I'm trying to unmute you here. You might have to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Whoops.
Now?
Yep, now we
Yep.
got you.
Hi, everyone. So I'm a new member, but I must say I haven't paid, so you need to tell me how to do that. When I saw the email or went online, I didn't see how I need to do that. So I want to do that today, if I can. But I'm a recent retiree. I retired in July, and I'm excited. I've been in the county for 27 years, so I'm looking forward to, you know, being a part of the group and helping in any way I can. I don't know if there are committees that you require help with, but I'm free to do just about anything. So I'm glad to be here.
Well, Linda, when you make a statement like that, you might just be the next president. Okay, Ann Taylor. Ann Taylor. Oh, Kim Taylor. Sorry, my eyes are not very good. Hey, Kim.
Hi, everybody. This is Kim Taylor from Family Choice Healthcare. We're a non-medical home care agency serving seniors and those with disabilities in Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. In Maryland, we're primarily providers for the Veterans Administration and for private pay clients and insurance clients. Challenges, yeah, just like everybody else, you know, we've had a few. Like Mark said, we are currently serving some COVID positive patients, clients. We have had attendants that have tested positive, and we've dealt with those issues. I think one of our biggest concerns or challenges, or one of those things that has sucked up a lot of our resources, is just finding protective equipment for our attendants. So I can tell you that the Maryland National Home Care Association, Maryland National Capital Home Care Association, MNCA, has been an excellent resource for us being able to find providers or what are they called? Suppliers of PPE. And I mean, we've had to travel, you know, to Colombia and other places just to pick up gowns and masks and that kind of stuff. So anyway, but we're managing. I think I heard somebody say that we're kind of enjoying a little bit of downtime at home. I think of course, I've spent more time at home than I have ever spent in my home. So that's been somewhat of a blessing. But you know, prayers are with all of you. Glad to see you. It's good to be connected. I've really enjoyed the presentation about the opportunities at University of Maryland for seniors. So I definitely will be sharing that. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Kim. Okay, and we've got, I always mess up your name, Laverne.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see everybody. I am still making house calls. I have always worn the masks and used gloves, so that is nothing new for me. I have seen more new patients than established patients, as the established patients want to wait until all this COVID stuff is over. I have not treated any COVID patients to my knowledge, but I do know that it affects the feet in that people develop blood clots, and those blood clots can go down to the feet. I have been providing laser services and treating ulcers and more emergent conditions than routine foot care, but I have also taken care of ingrown toenails and other issues. So I am still making house calls, so you could still refer your patients to me if they need any services. Great to see you all. Continue to stay safe.
Oops, we got Jennifer Brown.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Jennifer Brown with Seabury Resources for Aging. This is my first meeting, and I'm really grateful that Steve is helping us and organize this. Seabury is a 96-year-old private not-for-profit. We've been in the DMV since 1924. To be forthright, we probably have more of a presence in Montgomery County. We operate Springvale Terrace, which is a affordable older adult retirement and assisted living community in Silver Spring. And part of my responsibilities, frankly, from the beginning of this year until the pandemic hit, was to help increase and improve Seabury's presence in Prince George's County. We provide care management and life enrichment services in Prince George's County. And I realize that we're not quite well known. Although I do know that I have some colleagues here that I've been able to work with, including Dawn Lewis and Mark Ash, and I know Bree Baldwin for quite a long time. So I will tell you that we are still providing care management services, and it has been noted it's really difficult in terms of personal visits with families and clients, but we've been doing contactless deliveries to private residences of clients, including prescriptions, paper goods, and other supplies being brought to their home and being delivered without contact with the client. So we've been maintaining our services telephonically, virtually, and in contactless or contact-free modes. And the last thing I wanted to say is, again, thanks to Steve, and I look forward to being the presenter in the June meeting, and I'm very excited about that, and I really enjoyed the program today, and I hope you'll enjoy our program in June. Thank you all. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jennifer. And yeah, Jennifer.
I think Carrie's trying to say something. I don't know. Carrie Hyten.
Carrie. Here, I'll jump down to Carrie. He looks like he's floating around the moon there.
Yeah,
Carrie?
exactly. You know, I'm pretty impressed with my my picture here. You know, I had a better looking picture up there, but I don't know how I got this virtual background, and it's probably pretty good because many would say I'm off in this space quite a bit. But I'm glad we had this. I like Mark's comment. I like Linda's comment. And hopefully Karen is going to have a lot to say when she gets her turn, because some of the things that were brought up is right up the alley of what we're working on right now as we speak. And I can see Darylyn smiling because she's given us some direction. And I'm looking forward to, Linda, you possibly joining the Public Affairs Committee, now be called the Outreach Committee. Your vibrant voice is what we need, okay? A little bit about my business. I always forget to talk about my business. I talk so much about public affairs. I own a home care agency by the name of Comfort Care, headquartered in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. You know what we do. We all do the same thing. Just some do it better than others. Mark Ash is a great guy. He's always whipping my butt. So got you there, Mark. But also in seriousness, we're looking forward to people, and I really like this topic because one of the questions we're going to have to answer is how do we get this information out to the community? And I think the presence of what Karen is going to be doing with social media is right along those lines. So I'm very interested to hear what she's going to have to say a little bit later. Thanks.
Great, thanks. Okay, so let's see. Karen, or Carrion.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carrion Gray. Carrie, I think, did an excellent, pass off or toss off to me. I am with PGSPN. I'm a board member. I will also be working with social media and helping us with our, just kind of spearhead our virtual presence. If anyone is interested in working with that, you can contact me. I'll put my information again in chat. Also, I work with Prince George's County Memorial Library System. I am the Adult and Senior Services Specialist. I am predominantly working in programming. One of the challenges we're facing is, as you know, trying to connect people who fall into the digital divide, whether it be that they don't have access to digital technology, or they don't have the digital know-how to use it. So that's kind of one of the challenges that we have as we've converted over everything to our virtual library. While we close, we have tons of online resources that are free. And we have tons of programming that are free. So if anyone is looking for ways to be entertained, we have a career chat, we have several things like that. I'm also always looking for presenters or speakers, one for the Speakers Bureau for PGSPN, and also as your connection into the library system. So if anyone is interested in that, please contact me or send me an email. There's lots of opportunities that we can collab and network like this and share the great things that you do or your areas of expertise with the residents of Prince George's County. And now because we've gone virtually abroad, like our programming has touched people outside of the community as well. So thank you for this opportunity. I'll put my information in chat again. If you have any questions, concerns, please reach out to me.
Great, thank you. And let's see, we got our last two here. We've got Charles.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just want to let folks know that 90% of the beds in assisted living, this is Charles Picard with Care Patrol. We are a national placement and referral agency, and I've been in Prince George's County for 5 years doing this. I just want to let folks know that, for many of the seniors, issues go on and life goes on. And I'm seeing that families are delaying their decisions to consider either at-home care or assisted living, to the significant detriment of the seniors. I've seen a lot of people waiting just until the very end. People are going to hospitals when they're seriously compromised. That is not the safest position for seniors right now. And rehab centers as well have a lot of COVID-19 activity. But most of the smaller assisted living facilities in the county are doing an excellent job in keeping their facilities secure and safe. And in terms of safe senior care, they are one of the prominent places to put people at this time. And families just don't know that. And they think that these are places that are compromised with the COVID virus, and they're not. There are a couple of facilities that have had experiences with the COVID virus, but most of them are COVID free and they are extremely secure. I can't go in them at this time, which is a correct procedure. Most of the owners are not going in very often, and there are mostly live-in staff. So they're very secure places. And, you know, and I credit these owners who are just doing a yeoman's job at keeping their residents safe at this time. And it's great to see all of you. And I'm glad, thank you, Steve, and thank you, Darlene, for getting this set up, because, you know, I'm having to conduct virtual tours now for facilities as well. We're just entering a brand new era and having to think outside the box in the way that we can accomplish what we did before, person to person. And we could be months in doing this. So I want to thank you. It's a great way to get together. You know, we still need to network. We still need to make contacts and hear what's going on in the community. So kudos to you guys. I really thank you for doing this.
Great, thanks. Okay, let's see. We did talk to Kim Taylor. So we've been around the block here. So Jennifer, it's 10 after 10. I'll turn it back to you on kind of what you want to do.
I'm not sure if Naomi wanted to say something. She's down there as well. Her video is not on, but she may want to say something.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Naomi.
How are you all? Okay, it was nice to see you guys. I haven't been around for a while. I hope you guys are staying safe. I am still working. We are doing business as usual. We're seeing new clients and all of that good stuff. The majority, for people who don't know me, I'm Naomi Turner with Griswold Homecare. We are a non-medical home care company here in Prince George's County, and the majority of our clients at this point, about 80%, is VA and some private pay, and so those are still coming through. And we've had some clients who have gone on hold because of the COVID-19, but we're still doing pretty well. And right now we're not facing, I couldn't say any extraordinary challenges. I guess the regular stuff, finding caregivers and that kind of deal. But other than that, everything is fine. It was good to see you guys, and this was a nice format, and I do enjoy the presenter's information. I'm going to check that out myself. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining today. And do we have any last statements, maybe from Darlene? Anything? No? Okay. All right. So we're good. And so you will receive something from us, some information. Maybe we'll send you again the links to register, or at least to get to the article by Susan. And you know, feel free to reach out to either, you know, any one of us if you have any questions or anything, but we will be getting back. Now, Mark, you mentioned staying on for something, or what did you want to do, Mark?
No, I was just, you know, anyone can reach out to me afterward, and if you're interested in participating or creating another forum or format for reaching our seniors and our families of seniors and so on, I'm happy to talk about it, because we're looking to do that in both Prince George's and Montgomery County, and really the greater area. So.
Okay, so you will be hearing a lot. You'll be hearing from us. Thank you for joining today, and stay safe. Be blessed.
Hey, what, you still there? Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Don't go away yet. Mark, you gone? Oh, he's gone. Hey, Darian. Everybody signing off?
No. What do you need?
Well, the point you just made, that's what I said we were working on. I think Darian can add you in on our meeting we're supposed to have, because that's, as I said, that's right up our alley of what we're going to be working on.
All right, raise my hand.
Okay, go ahead, Madam President.
Yeah, okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, we were talking about taking our speakers bureaus, the topic and the speakers that we have currently, and putting them into an online format. So if we can get our speakers to do short webinars that we can bring directly to the seniors or groups of seniors, you know, we kind of are talking about going in that direction in terms of getting resources out to the hands of seniors. So if you already have webinars, we also want to really beef up our resource page on our website so people could go there and actually click on and take that information, you know, anytime they want. They wouldn't have to be at a certain place at a certain time. So any of you have any of that kind of information already set and packaged, ready to go? The one thing though, because it would be coming from PGSPN, you can, if you're the presenter, let's say you're the presenter, you could definitely have your name and your company name. We're not selling services. It's not about selling, it's about educating the seniors and the public. So keep that in mind. But we want to move in that direction, and maybe maybe it's a collaboration with what Mark is talking about, to bringing things to the seniors online.
Yeah.
And I'm a volunteer. I'm a guinea pig. I'm going to be with Carrie tomorrow during the first session.
Okay.
Her taping my presentation.
That's great.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Charles, real quick.
Okay.
Question:
Yep.
Are you using an iPhone or an iPad to tape those, or are you using a digital camera? What?
Well, that's a good question. We haven't even gone that far. This just came up like last week.
Okay.
We'll have to figure that all out. I'm not the tech wizard, but I think Karen has much more expertise. And I know people like Cheryl. I took Cheryl's webinar. If it's a PowerPoint and somebody's walking through it, yeah, then it has to be a certain time and place. Good point, Charles. I haven't thought that all the way through.
I know some offices do, but I don't.
Yeah, because the quality will vary significantly depending upon what source you're using.
Right.
So we want to have something that's representative of the quality and integrity of the organization, and we don't want to have anything that's half-cocked.
Yeah, no question, no question. So Charles, how would you like to be involved in this?
I would be happy to, but I am no technical expert. I'd have to bring my 17-year-old child along who puts me to shame.
But it's the thinking it through. Those are the kind of comments that will help narrow us, and because we're talking about making sure our message is uniform, no matter where we put it on, that we have a certain look, a certain feel, a certain tone, right, Karen? You taught me that, Karen. It's got to be.
We might want to develop a formatted outline so that we're following some sort of guideline. Everybody's presenting in pretty much the same fashion. And you're absolutely right that we do not want this to be self-promoting. We don't want this to be a business infomercial.
Correct.
We want information to be informing and educating the senior population.
I do think we need to limit how long it is, because I think, even now it's getting a little long. I think we need to keep it to any of those for seniors, 30 minutes, a 30-minute. Have you ever seen AARP stuff? It's fabulous. It's a 5-minute thing.
Right. You have to keep in mind who our population is. And right. Their attention span is somewhat limited. I don't mean to be disparaging. I've done a number of these in senior centers, and if you go beyond 20 minutes, you are losing everybody.
I agree. Yeah. Anyway, AARP is a great format. If you look at some of their stuff, it's unbelievable.
I'll have to check that out. Thanks for the tip.
I know, we got to go, guys. Let's but anybody willing to pitch in and make it all work? Stay safe till next time. Stay safe.
Great. Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Stay well, everybody.